Hi everyone, it's me, and yes, I am back. So basically, as you're all aware, I did post a quick video saying I'm having trouble with my camera, well, not my camera, my microphone, and it just doesn't seem to want to record the sound. But I'm pleased to let you know I am 80% positive, touch wood, that I have rectified the problem. I did reach out to the makers of the microphone and they eventually came back to me, but I think I've solved the issue, so no need to investigate any further. I think the issue was basically that I nudged something on the camera and it changed the settings because the volume levels are all the way down, and then I changed them and the camera went all funny, so I changed the setting because there's a little knob on the top of the camera that changes the settings completely depending on what situation you're in, and I always set it on M. I haven't got a clue what that means, but I just set it on M because it works. And then I remember seeing it on TV when I was recording with my sister, and I don't think that was the right setting. I think it nudged the other settings, and I tried to change the setting and it was still on TV and it made a weird noise. It's just so complicated, I'd rather not get into it. I think I fixed the problem, and if I haven't, well then you won't be seeing this. But if I have, then fingers crossed, because I am not doing this again. I'm having to sit like this, can you? Because my legs don't fit here, and this was the only angle I could get because of how small this room is, how short this is, how large I am, and how weird my tripod is. So this is the only angle I could get. So basically what I want to do today is something I wanted to do for ages, and it's some science experiments. And when I say science experiments, it's not science at all. It's just some experiments that have gone viral because they look really cool and I want to try them. So basically, I'm going to do 3 viral tricks, experiments, whatever you want to call them, that I've seen going around lately. Lately, I say lately, they've been going around for ages, I'm really late. And I want to try and see if they work, because if you haven't met me before, nothing ever goes to plan. Exhibit A, when I tried to film 2 eating taste test videos with my sister, and none of them worked because I did something stupid and nudged the camera, I think. So yeah, I've abandoned that video, by the way, so you won't be seeing that ever because obviously there's no sound. No worries, I will drag my sister back for, let's say, the Christmas video, shall we? Shall we say that? These experiments, I'll be using my phone for a close-up shot because it's a really high quality camera. And also I don't have a second one, so and you're really far away. So the first one, as you can probably tell, is the Skittles one, and it's where you put Skittles in a circle, or my attempt at a circle, because Skittles move, and then you pour some water in the middle of it, like so. I'll just get my camera ready. So you pour some, oh crap, you pour some water in the middle of it, very carefully, and hopefully, oops. Seriously, why does it do that when things pour? It goes down the side. Come on. Just come on. Okay, there you go. Oops. So, that's going to take a few minutes, so we're just going to stop the video and we're going to leave it to one side. Oh my god, it's already happening. No way. It's already happening. I'm really excited for you. Can you see that? That is the Skittles trick working. Why aren't the green ones doing it? Oh, they are. That's a really nice one. Oh my god. It's working. I thought I was going to have to wait for ages. Oh, let's celebrate with a Skittle. Oh my god. So the science behind this, that the Skittles are coated in a sugar coating, and when you apply water to sugar, it dissolves. So what's happening now is the sugar coating is dissolving, all the colour is running into the centre. And because they're in a circle like this, it's running in a pattern as the one that's showing. So it's not really science, because any idiot knows that. Unless obviously you're a young person, in which case I'm really sorry, but you're stupid. So I am really pleased with that. Oh god. Okay. Now the next trick we're going to do is, I'm still in awe of this. I'm just going to leave this to one side. Oh, actually I'm going to wait for it to get to the middle. Oh, it's really close. I am doing this every day. I know it's so stupid, and like obviously there's like thousands of viral videos that show this, but I just think it's so cool. Oh wow, that is really pretty. I can die happy now. I don't want to die, but I want, if I died tomorrow, I'd be happy. Success. Every experiment I ever did at school in chemistry was a failure because I'm incompetent. Oh crap, I don't want to move it. No, it's merging together now. Well, I moved it. This trick is called the candle trick. And basically what it involves is getting a candle, as the one you can see here. Got to open it first. I think this is one of my sisters. Sorry, I'm stealing it. Open, you stupid, thank you. Is the scent All Is Bright. It's a Christmas candle. There we go. Gist of this is, you light the candle. Light the candle. Look how much my hand is shaking. Light the candle. Then, oh, that is so pretty. You light the candle and then you let it, the wax melt a bit. You blow it out and then you relight the candle from the from the smoke that comes from the top. So I'm just gonna let it melt. This is called the fire trick, and it's based on how candles work. When you light the candle, the heat from the flame vaporises the candle wax, which we all knew. When you blow the candle out, vaporised wax briefly remains in the air. If you apply a heat source quickly enough, you can ignite the wax and use the reaction to relight the wick of the candle. So basically, I'm going to do this. When I'll blow it out in a minute, and it goes with, I'm going to relight it. This flipping wax. Okay, quick. Didn't work. It's just really, oh my god, when it comes to fire, I'm such a wuss. Okay, so we're just going to relight that. Oh, it smells nice. And that obviously didn't work because I wasn't quick enough, and two, I don't think I've got enough wax. So we're just gonna let that melt a bit more. I mean, take your sweet time. I'm just going to have a few more Skittles then while I'm waiting. What I need to do is put my hand in front so it stops the vaporised wax going that way. Are you ready? I hate how much my hand shakes. Okay. Did you see that? It worked. Okay. Oh, flipping didn't press record. I didn't press record, so we're gonna have to try that again. Okay, I'm just gonna do it really close. Quick, come on. Well, now it didn't do it. Okay, we're gonna try this again because it worked. Oops, stay still. Move your hands still. Okay, you ready? Are you ready? Watch carefully. For God's sake, it worked. I'm telling you, it worked. You saw, but I just didn't capture it on here. It blew my I blew this out. It is gonna work. It will work. Okay, are we ready? I need to review the footage. People, it's official, I have it on film, so we can set that aside now. This trick is called the bouncy egg trick. And basically what we have to do is fill a glass with some white vinegar. I think it's definitely white vinegar. Pop an egg in, and then a certain amount of time later, the egg shell will have dissolved and you'll be left with a bouncy egg. So, let's just, white vinegar is possibly the most pungent smell I've ever smelt. So let's just, now I've just got a regular egg here, just a regular egg, and we're going to pop it in the vinegar. Okay, don't overfill your glass because I have. So the shell of the egg is made of calcium carbonate, and when you place the egg into the vinegar you see bubbles, which is what we've just seen. And this is the chemical reaction of the acid in the vinegar. So vinegar is, if you've done chemistry before, which I did at A level, vinegar is acetic acid, and the acid in the vinegar reacts with the calcium carbonate to produce carbon dioxide, which is the bubbles. And it says after the experiment it also noticed the egg gets larger as it sits in the vinegar. Well, that is because some of the vinegar is absorbed into the egg, because the egg has a semi-permeable membrane, and a semi-permeable membrane means that it only allows certain things through the membrane, not everything. So vinegar is obviously one of those. And it says even though it bounces, because it's supposed to bounce, and squishes, it can still break, so just be careful. So some things say to leave it for 12 hours and other places say to leave it for 72, so I'm going to leave it overnight and come back to it in the morning and see what happens. This website recommends after 24 hours you change the vinegar, but be very careful not to poke a hole in the shell while doing this. And then after you've covered the egg with fresh vinegar, let it sit for another 2 to 3 days. So that's what we're going to do. Also, into the vinegar you can add food colouring, and it will change the colour of the egg at the end based on what colour you put in. I didn't have any, so I'm not using it. So I'm going to let this sit for 24 hours and then come back to it and then change the vinegar if it hasn't. If it's done it, then fine. If it hasn't, then fine. Alright, so it is 10:30-ish, and we did this experiment at 12:30, so that is 10 hours ago, so almost 12 hours, and this is what it looks like now. There it is. That's what it looks like. You can see the egg dissolving. Well, it's the end of the second day. Well, technically it's not, but it's the end of the day after I did the experiment. And this is how the egg is looking. Oh. Focus, please. Why are you not focusing? You can see that another layer is gone and it's practically on its last layer. I did change the vinegar at around 12:30 today, so 24 hours after I did it, just so that it would be stronger and take less time, I suppose. But yeah, so that's, I will catch up with you later. We are back. Now, sorry that it's a different angle, I'm wearing something different. Well, the experiment with the egg is finished, and it's obviously been multiple days after, so I'm in different clothes. And also, I don't want to set up my whole rig and everything for the sake of 5 minutes, so deal with this. So, when we last left, I had just popped the egg into a glass of vinegar, and I then showed you all of the clips of me changing the vinegar, checking the egg, making sure everything was all right, and now here it is. So it has been actually, the egg was in the vinegar for 76 hours, not 72. My intention was to obviously take it out after 72, but I was not at home, so it was 76. So it's been in this water for about 18 hours. I'm not even measuring that, I'm just guessing 18 hours, and it's still fine, and the experiment, I'm pleased to say, was a success. Let's dry it off a minute. Now, although the egg is, as you can see, solid, it really smells. It smells of vinegar so much and it's disgusting. It is still fragile, so we can't put loads of pressure on it, otherwise it'll break. So as you can see, the vinegar has been absorbed into the egg and it has turned into this bouncy ball. Like, I'll show you. Can you see that? You see that? Show my hand. See that bits of shell somewhere? I don't really know what to do with this now. I have no idea if the... Well, I've just burst it. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, I've just burst it. Whoops. So that's brilliant. Well, you saw it. You saw it anyway, didn't you? You saw it. Let's just quickly go and get an egg to compare. Before... Oh, God, it's squirting out everywhere. This is the egg, and this is the new egg. Okay, well, it was a success until I burst it. That's really annoying me. Actually, I'm just curious as to what would happen when I do burst it. That's a normal egg. So, what the hell do I do now? Well, actually, the question I did ask myself as soon as I made it was, what do I do with it after I filmed with it? So I guess it's only right that I burst it. Is this liquid then that's coming out? Is that vinegar? Nevertheless, the 3 experiments were a success, and I'm very proud of myself because nothing ever goes right. As you can just see, I've just burst my last experiment. So, alright, I'm gonna go. Bye. I might take some after shots from my phone of this. I've just made another hole. Okay, so I've decided I'm just going to cut this open since it's already leaking. So I'm going to cut it open. I really don't want to burst it. Oh, God. Right, well, that's an egg. So we've learned that the outside, only the thin layer of the outside was gelatinous. As you can see here. This is the skin. Ew. And then inside still is the egg with complete yolk and egg whites that probably taste like vinegar. So I'm just gonna throw that away now. I'm kind of sad though because like I missed my bouncy egg. I'm not doing it again though.